Welcome to Jimmy James Garage. I am Jimmy. I've got some special stuff for you today. Wait till the end to find out whose Blazer we're working on. It's pretty cool. If you watch my channel, you know exactly who it is. But if you haven't, stick around to the end because we're going to show you whose 1991 Chevy 1500 Blazer is right there, working on one of their parts. Now, a lot of my videos are going to air at a later date because I am working on this, and well, you'll figure it out. But some of my videos will air later, but I want to show this one right now. I want to get this one out there because it's pretty important, I think. Let me give you a hint. You guys know what that is? So, what they call it is pipe thread seal tape. That's what they call it. Everybody's seen it. Seen it a million times, right? Right? Pipe thread seal tape. And I'm working on this fuel regulator. And look, it has seal tape on it, right? For this? Would that be right? I don't know. What do you think? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, it's not. They actually make, well, let me show you why it's not. So this has been together for a while. And you can see where this stuff here, hope the camera can pick up on it. There we go, if I go close to it. See, that's kind of all coming apart and turning different colors. Let me get out of it. Let's go. There we go. Look at that. So it gets all, it comes apart. Well, as it comes apart, and you can see, there you go, that's a good piece of it. It turns a really, really nasty kind of a, I don't know, brown color, and it discolorates and it falls apart. What do you think that'll do? What do you think? Right, it'll leak like a sieve. A lot of people don't know that. Obviously, whoever put this together on this gentleman's Blazer before he bought it did not know that. They did not know that you don't put regular pipe sealer on with gasoline. So you ask, what is a boy to do? Well, I'm here with the answer. I am here with the answer. Now, we don't want fuel leaks. That's a big no-no. So what you want to do is get it kind of cleaned up here. Get the threads good and clean. And they're fairly clean. Yeah, they're really clean. So you can see they're good and clean. Get them all cleaned up. And then you put pipe sealer on it, right? Nope. Well, you do. Yeah, you do. You put this one on here. It's always yellow, and it's a little thicker. And it's usually yellow color, like that. And believe it or not, it actually says right on it, let's read it. It says yellow gasoline, pipe thread seal tape. It says it right on there. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but just trust me. Believe Jimmy James. It says it. So that's what you do. Don't use the white stuff. Use the yellow stuff. And I'm going to show you a little trick here also on how to thread it on there. Let me see if I can get another one that's already kind of done here. So kind of what you would like to do. Oh yeah, see, this one had white stuff on it too. Oh, and it's all, look at it, it's all gone. That's a great example. It's completely gone. Let's see if I can get a better view of that. Keep looking. It'll focus in. There we go. Look how the sealer's all gone where the threads were. It just melts away with the gasoline. Let's look inside. Take it out of the vise here. Oh, there is a little bit, but if you can see, there's only a little, only at the very edge. Only that little piece. I don't know if it shows it, but down in the threads, it's all gone. I mean, there's a little bit, but it's just very minimal. Very minimal. So you want to, get yourself a pick. And you want to pick it kind of out of there. You want to get any of the remnants because it will leak. It'll melt and cause a leak. So I just take a regular tiny little pick like that. And just don't grind it, like you're scrubbing your teeth after you just had a really nice pipe. You just go through, just put it in the threads and just kind of get it all out of there. Like I said, don't be jabbing at it and don't be messing the threads up because these are aluminum. That's an aluminum and it's brass, so those things will gall up. But you can actually just kind of pick it all out of there. Get it all cleaned up. And yeah, you're ready to go. Well, once you get that done, I'm going to show you a neat little trick here. Yeah, we'll go back to that later. We don't need to watch me do all that. So, what you're going to do is you're going to take your little threaded end. In fact, we're going to take this part off. Let me get a little farther along here. Hold on. I'll be right back. I didn't get enough wrenches. It's like magic. We're back. Pretty simple, huh? Kind of cool. Okay, so I got it off. I need to get a big wrench. So I want to show you a little trick. It always comes up which way to thread this stuff on. It's real easy. This keeps it, for me, simple every time. Right hand, left hand. I'm going in, right-handed threads, right? Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. It's got to go in right. So see this edge here? It looks like it shouldn't go that way because as we turn it, you know, we don't want it to catch because it's going to catch on this side. But this edge is going to be under the tape, so the tailing edge will be tailing away. It won't catch. So what you do is you just put it on there. Just go right to the edge of the threads like so. Hope you can see all this while I do it. I want to do it right. So then you just kind of, the yellow stuff is not as forgiving, by the way. The white stuff really mashes on. Just so you know that. But you just kind of bring it around like so. And we're going righty-tighty, remember? 1. And they have directions on these things. They actually say for like a 1-inch pipe, you're supposed to go so many turns. I used to go 2 turns. 1, and then we get to 2. Okay, and then you just break it off. A lot of guys will cut it with a razor blade, that kind of stuff. So then what I do is I come back and I start at the beginning of the thread with my little fingernail, and I just lightly, don't be jamming it and ripping it. I just lightly keep twisting it, but holding my fingernail up the threads. And I use these other 2 fingers to work it down on the edges. You don't have to go crazy. Just nice and easy and smooth, just so it finishes off really nice. Okay, nothing, don't be jamming it in there, don't be squeezing it, just gentle. Use your light touch. And just like so, you just keep turning it and turning it and turning it and turning it and turning it until we're all the way to the top. Okay, we get to the top. Now I just kind of go over, make sure I don't have any real big bumps in there, things like that. The other thing you want to pay attention to, this one wasn't too bad, but see this edge? Sometimes you'll cover this edge up. That's easy fix. Get yourself a razor blade. Boop. And you come to the bottom of it and just cut it away. Just like so. Just so it's not floating around in there, wreaking havoc. And then you just trim it up. Just keep it trimming. Okay, this is the difference between right and wrong. This is the difference between, oh, I don't know what the heck happened to my fuel. Why is it running like crap? Why did it plug my filters? And running good. Okay, you're not in a hurry. Okay. You take all your time, you know, messing around, but then you come to this, you want to jam through it. Don't. Okay. So we're nice and tight. Okay. And then, real simply, after we get this thing screwed in here, you just thread it in. And what you want to do, there's no torque specs or anything like it. There may be some torque specs somewhere in the universe, but don't be just wrenching to your last wrench. Get it. You'll feel it's nice and firm, and then just give it a 1/4 turn past it or so. And it should seal up really well. And it won't be so tight you won't be able to get it off. It won't rip the threads out. It won't gald it all up. So that is the plan. And that is what you do with fuel. We don't do that with water. We do it with fuel. Water can do this one. So a lot of people don't know that. You can get it at the hardware store. You can get it at the auto shop. You can get it virtually everywhere. I bet you get it online. I bet you get it at your local Amazon. But it's called gasoline. And again, this guy, whoever built this Blazer, 1991 Blazer, he used the white stuff. Of course, what reminded me to do a video on this is I started putting one together. And I started noticing it, and I went, what? As soon as I saw it, I was like, really? Really? Another nice little trick, what I'm going to do when I come back, after I get them all done, I'll do it at once. All this extra yellow on there looks kind of hinky to me, so I'll just take my razor blade right at the edge of it, and I'll just cut it like so, you know, when it's all said and done, and then I'll just peel it out of there. And again, razor blade and your little pick, wherever I do with my pick here. So you can just pick it right on out, and it works really well. Really well. So there is your Jimmy Jane's Garage fuel tip. That's what I do. That's how I do it. You do you. If you have a better idea, well, then you go ahead and do it. So I guess we're at the end of this. So you're waiting for the end, aren't you? Want to know whose Blazer that is? That's Coach Ben Wade from Survivor fame. I'm here doing a bunch of videos on it, working on it, getting it ready. That's what I come up with some issues. We're putting plugs in it. We're doing those spark plug wires. We did the shifter thing. We did a bunch of stuff on this thing because it just run like absolute garbage. Found an issue with the air cleaner. Unbelievable amount of stuff. Good quality stuff. Bad follow through. Hoses running everywhere. Just things like that we're going to get this thing tip top. Going to run it good. And then stay tuned for those videos on the end. But let me show you, since I promised you at the end, let's go here. Boom, there it is. That's a 1991 Blazer. It has 6 inches of lift. It has 35-inch tall mud terrain, backcountry, mud tires. And I don't know who makes those wheels, but the wheels are cool. If anybody knows, put that down there. Oh, fuel. All right. I already spoiled it. So if you know, put it in there, fuel. Fuel wheels. Yeah, it's a very nice, it has automatic mirrors somebody put on it. Yeah, I like it. That's a nice Blazer. And it's gonna run really good when it's all said and done. You know, they put the nice Corvette valve covers on here. I'm gonna drop those spark plug wires in there like that. I just had them kind of mocked up in there in those brackets. But yeah, so that is a cool looking Blazer. Like I said, it runs good. It has good compression. I did a compression check on it. Has great compression. It has a really nice set of odometer gauges for the speedometer and the tach. Yeah, it's a nice rig. It's well done. We have little things like dome light's not working. Got to figure out what that is, but there's just some small stuff. But you know, like I said, the stuff is pretty good. This is a pretty good rig. I was just underneath it. Looks great underneath it. Yeah, it's a nice rig. Woo. There's the wheelies. But yes, it's a very nice rig. Coach Ben Wade, a Survivor. Look him up. He's not here right now, and his Blazer's here, and yeah, we're gonna keep on doing our thing. So what I need you to do there is at the very end. We're at the very end, so I need you to do the old tap on all that stuff below, like, subscribe, you know, all that stuff. It really helps. If you don't feel like doing it, that's okay. You don't have to do it. But if you do, I appreciate you. And we're going to get to working on this regulator, fuel pressure regulator. We're going to clean it all up, and I hope that little tip helps you out. Remember, gasoline, yellow. Water, white. All right. See you on the next trip around. That's for you, Hunter.